Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to teach you how to make a chain bracelet with wire. The tools that you will need for this project are one pair of round nose pliers, one pair of flat nose pliers, and some wire cutters. Materials that you'll need for this project. Wire. You can use any gauge you like. It just depends on how many links you would like to make. The link that we're going to be using is called an S-hook. You can work straight off the bundle of wire, but I'm going to use this little piece. We are going to start by making a circle with the round nose pliers. Then taking that circle and flipping it over so that we can bend the other half of the S-hook. Make sure that you bend the wire up and align it. This is what it should look like. We are going to take our wire cutters and cut right here, just above where it meets. We are going to repeat the process until we have enough S-hooks to make a bracelet. Or if you want, you can make a necklace. Now that we have all our S-hooks made, we can start the chain by opening one side of the S-hook, grabbing a second one, hooking it on, and closing the first S-hook. Now we're going to repeat the process until we get a chain length that we desire. Measure your wrist from time to time and make sure to leave a bit of space for the clasp. Now that we have the chain finished, we can move on to the clasp. To start the clasp, we are going to make a circle with the round nose pliers. Move up the wire a bit, use the flat nose pliers to bend it at 90 degrees. Leave some space for the second half of the clasp. Bend it at 90 degrees. Now we're going to take our round nose pliers and we're going to use the... move that little guy. We're going to use the first circle as a reference for the second circle. Grab the wire cutters and cut where the circle ends. Now we're going to make the second half of the clasp. Repeat the steps for the first half of the clasp, but make the gap a bit smaller so that it can fit in the first half. So now that we have both halves of the clasp, we need to make the circle where they go together. For the smaller one, both sides can be bent at the same time. This is what it should look like. But for the larger one, we have to bend one side at a time, or else the circle size will vary. Use the top circle as a reference. So now that we have the clasp made, we're going to make a pin and some jumper rings to attach it to the chain. To make the pin, we'll need to place the wire in the clasp. Bend it a little bit. Take the wire out of the clasp and bend it into a U shape. Once you have your U shape, put it back into the clasp bend it at a 90-degree angle. Then cut where it meets. Bend the end of the pin to get it off. This is what the pin should look like. Put it together and we've got a clasp. Now, we're going to coil up some wire to make the 2 jump rings that we need. This is what it should look like. Cut where the end is to make a jumper ring. Now that we have our clasp and jump rings, we can put everything together. Open one of the jump rings. Take one side of the clasp and attach it to the chain. For the big side of the clasp, we'll have to bend it to fit it in the jump ring. Now all we have to do is attach it to the chain close the jump ring, and you're done. Now for the final reveal. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fun time crafting.